So we have our reading running records. This is tracking literacy growth. At least once per term, so there's 3 terms in the Mitford school year. So at least once every term, Kim does reading running records with the students of the class. Mitford uses Fountas and Pinnell leveled reading system, and she makes sure that the students are at an instructional level with their reading according to Fountas and Pinnell. So there's lots of resources. The school has all the leveled books, and so she tests the kids on those leveled books and makes sure that they're at the right level. When doing a reading running record, the teacher marks every error that the student makes while reading out loud. Some examples of errors include incorrectly saying a word, repeating a phrase, asking for help, omitting a word. There are a lot of other criteria. The teacher then marks if the mistake made sense visually and in meaning, or if it sounded right. So so we have MSB, so M stands for meaning, S stands for sounds right, and V stands for visually. So if it looked right, if it sounded right, or if it maybe was close to meaning the same thing. So if it said the dog and the reader said a dog, it kind of means the same thing. It's not changing it. If they said basket dog, it wouldn't really make any sense. So you mark down, you have to think about it, but you have to mark down what type of an error it was. If the student self-corrects, that's also marked down, but it's not counted as an error. In the Fountas and Pinnell system. So in the system, the student reads out loud until they reach a black box that's on the page. When they reach that black box, they read the rest in their head. This black box is usually on the 2nd page, and the books are usually 3 to 4 pages. After the student has finished reading the book, the comprehension questions are asked, and the student provides answers. The Fountas and Pinnell system allows the students to occasionally look back in the book, and even sometimes prompts the students to look at a certain page to answer a question. The comprehension score is then combined with the accuracy score, so that's how accurately they read, and the teacher determines whether the book was at an instructional level or not. If the book was too easy or at an independent level, so they could read it independently, no problem, the teacher moves the student up a level and starts the process again, because you want to get them at that instructional level. If the book was too hard, the teacher moves the student down a level and starts the process again. The teacher and the student, after they've found the right level and they're at that instructional level, they then create a reading and writing plan that the student should follow in order to achieve success. This plan holds the teacher, the student, and the parents accountable for the student's literacy growth. Everyone must work as a team in order for the student to increase their skills as a reader and a writer. The scores from the reading running record are kept on a master list and are at hand during report cards and parent-teacher interviews, so the parents and students can understand what they need to do to work on their literacy, to work on their literacy and increase their comprehension and all those sorts of things. So these are a really good tool for tracking that literacy growth, because it's right there. The Fountas and Pinnell system is pretty easy to follow. Kim had never done it before, and she went through with one of the other teachers in the school who really knew how to do them. And she learned it like right away. And because the Fountas and Pinnell system is so simple to use, at least in my opinion. Some people may not like it, but I really liked it. It was simple to use. You counted the mistakes, and there was already a percentage. If you got 7 to 8 mistakes, it was a 97%, and then you looked in the book and combined that with the comprehension score, and if they were at an independent level, it was too easy, because it would show it right there what the score was, and you wanted to get them at that instructional level. So it was really good. So there was a couple times that we were going over the reading running records, or going over the books with the kids, and one of the boys, I remember I was doing a reading running record with him, and he was reading so great, and his accuracy was it was like 99%. So I was like, okay, well, we got to do the comprehension question. In my mind, I was thinking, oh yeah, we'll move them up a level. But I said we should probably, in my mind, I'm thinking we should probably still do those comprehension questions to make sure. And it was a good thing I did, because his comprehension was nothing. And it was very surprising to me, but it was good to see that. So then we were able to talk about, okay, so let's try and figure out some strategies for increasing those comprehension skills. And I mean, those comprehension skills are fostered within the classroom throughout different lessons. But some of the kids really need that extra push, and they're really good at hiding it sometimes. So this one boy, I would have had no idea that his comprehension was low, but from that reading running record, I was able to see that he needed some help there. And so it's a really good way to track that literacy growth within the classroom. So that's my tool for tracking literacy growth.